that random effect, but we've seen a lot of it today.
Well, you know, in Gatlinburg, you have that Chris's Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
Right next to it is the River House, which I used to stay there all the time as a little kid. That got torn down by the fire.
Yeah.
50 feet next to that River House is that Chris's Garden, which is a Christian place. That wasn't touched by the fire at all.
Yeah. Yeah. We saw a lot of that in Gatlinburg.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Very crazy.
Somebody else, God moments. We'll wrap up. You want to just turn around there and make them say something?
Yeah.
Okay. God moments, guys. Yeah, Peggy.
I went in when we first got to Miss Emma's, and I wanted to take a picture, so I went in to ask her. It was okay. And when I walked in the door, I was surprised because there was another woman in there. And it was her sister, who is from Connecticut, who flew in to help her with her mom. So we found out her 98-year-old mom also was there.
Wow.
And so her sister was in the middle of doing a breathing treatment because she was having a hard time breathing. So I had that opportunity to sit and pray with her.
Wow.
And then I kept thinking, oh, I'd love to meet the mom, but I just didn't want to intrude, so I went about my business. Later on in the day, she had said, you need to use our restroom, it's back here, and I had to go. So I went to go, and sure enough, you know, her name is Daisy. And I say, you know, you got driving Miss Daisy, well, you got praying with Miss Daisy, and that's what I got to do too. Because she was sitting in a chair, and she said, I just have this really bad headache. And so I said, can I pray for you? She said, yes. And just to be able to pray. And, you know, here we are meeting the homeowner because she came out, but here's these other people in the house too that need that prayer. So.
And it all happened because you had to use the restroom.
That's right.
No, I'm not. I mean, it sounds funny, but the reality is that these moments come in the most unexpected way.
God knew my heart.
God knew your heart.
And He knew me sitting there thinking, man, I would love to meet Miss Daisy. I would love to meet her. I've heard that she's here, and she was in the back bedroom when I first went in, so I didn't get to meet her. And He knew my heart, and He made it happen.
That's cool.
That was cool.
That's cool. Turn back around. There's more people over there that's got God knowledge.
Well, Miss Lorraine, you know, we're there for her. And she turns around and says, she tells Susan, make sure Leslie knows that I'm praying for her.
That is so cool.
You know, she's praying
Leslie,
for one
if
of
you're
us.
listening, let's say it again. That was really cool.
I just said it. You can repeat it.
No, you say it.
She's crying. Christy's getting dizzy.
Oh, jeez. You know, Miss Lorraine wanted to pray for you and let you know that. And she was one of the homeowners.
She told me when we leave, she said, now you be sure and tell Leslie. So you don't even know Leslie. She said, of course I did. Everybody on the team's talking about Leslie. I'm saying, sure, nobody talks about me. They just talk about Leslie. But she said when we left, she said, now you be sure and tell Leslie that I'm praying for her. In fact, she told us exactly what she was going to pray for Leslie. That was really cool. It would have been my God moment if I hadn't had another one. Anybody? Somebody else?
I got. It kind of goes back to the two ladies again, Yvonne and Ruth, they're two sisters. Actually, Ruth was kind of like the spokesperson more than Yvonne, but she was always there for everything. She was just right in there. But at the end, I was saying, who am I going to have this time to, present the Bible? And actually, I went over to Charlie, and Charlie felt that he wasn't ready for it. And I said, that's understandable, I understand. And then I walked and I turned and I looked right at it, and I go, I see who I'm going to have. And it was Elizabeth again. I mean, a sweet young lady, just always had a good smile on her face and just ready to do things. I walked up to her and I asked her, I can do it? And I said, absolutely you can do it. You're going to let me present the Bible? And I said, yes, if you would like to. She said, oh, I want to. But it really touched her mother's heart. I can't remember what her mom's name was. They're on her.
Patty.
Yeah, I know her dad was JT, but I can't remember her. But anyway, her mom was so thrilled that I asked her, and to see what God is doing, because they have a troubled son, and to see her daughter going through what she does, helping everybody, this just lifted her whole spirit up. And it wasn't even to the end that when after she'd done that, Miss Ruth come up and she says, "I want to talk to you and Elizabeth." And I just thank you for what you did there, with that opportunity of allowing her to share this with me. It's not me. It's all of God. But she just teared up so bad, you know. It's an awesome thing. But you know, God can use any one of us for everything out there.
And that girl did a great job.
And she did. She did a great job of presenting it, and I was so thrilled to have her do it.
Anybody else a God moment?
Miss Emma would still have
Miss
to be
Emma.
my God moment.
So
Just very, very touching.
she made an impression on someone. I'm sorry. Who had? Do you have a God?
Yes, my God moment is being assigned to your team.
Oh, bless your heart.
You know, I came by myself, and they told me, they said what team, I didn't know who, I just stand there. Where am I? But then you said you would like to ride the bus with us, it's fun. And that gives you a sense of belonging. And to be invited to a Bible study.
Oh, bless your heart.
You know, the sovereignty of God.
It is God.
I'm just to remind me of the sovereignty of God. And nobody here knows me before today, but I retired in February because my nephew pastors a few churches in Jamaica, little churches he started, and I think they need some organization structure. But I went. Did you remember Paul saying that he wanted to go to Asia, but the Holy Spirit did not give him that? So I went to Jamaica, I spent 6 weeks. I came back, I just didn't feel like I wanted to do something with the children. But I don't know, there was this pastor he had there, and I didn't want to get in her way. So then I came home. Then he told me the pastor went to Texas and she sent him a letter from Texas that she's retired. So I thought I'm going to go down. So I tell him I'll come in September and do some Bible study with some new converts, because he had like 18 new members when I was there. So, but I changed my flight 4 times. And so then I was seeing Franklin Graham in October after Florence, and he said, "We're serving in the name of Jesus." And I said, "That's what I want to do." So I went to Wilmington. Then I was supposed to fly out to Jamaica next week because he started a tent crusade for 2 weeks, and it started yesterday. And then Michael. So here I am, and it was the sovereignty of God. And this is all my God moment, because God wanted me here to teach me so that I could learn from you and from your team. You know, because I do Rush Ministries every year. This is a ministry, we go to Jamaica and missions. But I want to stay. But I think God knows that there are some things I need to learn before I go.
How cool is that?
Awesome.
That's awesome.
And because you're here, you are his God moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me just close with this note, and please, I hesitate to say it because I don't want any of us to think we're better servants than anybody else. Please don't. So just read into it nothing more than what I'm saying. Our chaplain came to me today and he said, "Listen, I've been doing this for a long time. I've never seen a team that has made an impression on me like your team." And he wasn't saying we're heroes. He was looking at you. And I mean, these guys, they see through spirit eyes. And I just want you to go to bed tonight realizing that the people who are here to bring Christ down to our level and minister to us look at you and say, "I've never seen a team like your team." And y'all are were saying to me, you know, you talked too much while at lunch today while I was talking to the chaplain, and y'all went back to work, and I was still trying to figure out how to eat because we'd spent the whole time talking. What he was telling me, I've never seen a team like your team. That's not, don't get the big head. What I'm saying is that you're making a difference and you don't even know it. I'll close with this. My God moment was when Joe Lewis, the last guy we're working for, he is a security guard at a halfway house. He worked in the state prison and then, I'm sorry?
It's called a transition center.
It's transition center. But here's a hardened guy. He had worked in maximum security, hated it, moved to this transition center. So this guy is just really, really tough guy. After everybody got back on the bus, we were going to eat lunch and then start to work. He walked around and he said, "Will you forgive me if I cry?" I said, "Man, that's the best thing that can happen. We love to believe that God is touching you." I said, "God sent us here from Florida to make a difference in your life. But here's this guy who was," and we hadn't even started working yet. And he said, it was my God moment to realize that just being on his property caused hope to well up in the heart of a hardened police officer just because you came. No wonder the chaplain said, "I've not seen anybody like you guys." Father, thank you for our time. Thank you for this team. We have learned to love each other. We have learned to love you better. We've talked about your sovereignty tonight. We've talked about letting go of the wheel and letting you lead us. We actually discovered that just because you need to go to the restroom, you can have a God moment with somebody's life. Who would have ever thought? And someone who's supposed to be in Jamaica and supposed to be doing other kind of things shows up on our team and ends up as a God moment herself just when she shared the Bible with a homeowner. It takes so little to make an impact when we're surrendered to you. Let this team have a great night together, and may tomorrow we serve with all of our heart. And we'll thank you for that. In Jesus' name, amen.